Okay, so give me a second. I'm going to share the stream with a few people. Also, I'm gonna double check. I need to double check a bunch of stuff like desktop, like the audio for example. That's something I need to make sure is up there. Okay, that's up. Now I just need to share the stream, and then we should be ready to go. Actually, I want to say thank you to all those everyone's who's following my page. Do check me out on facebook.com/shepherdsgaming run. Also, do check me out on YouTube. I believe my also Shepherds Gaming Run. So, click posts. Hey, nice to see. Really, personally need a much better way to get this working. Also, probably need to change my headphones already as well. That is what it is. Two more groups. So I am suspecting this one group is less than active. I have not, I've barely seen any posts there. Actually, the Philippine group also seems to be slightly inactive as well, but that's another story. Anyway, hello everyone. Welcome to another episode of Magic Arena Run. Today we're gonna be doing Wilds of Eldraine plus Alchemy. So we're gonna be taking a look at the cards, see if any of the underplayed archetypes are better, or if it's still gonna be Black-Red Extravaganza. Let's go. Yeah, many thanks to Jericho Ilagan for liking the video. Yeah, it's nice to be back. For all those who didn't know, I took a week off to attend a funeral. Funeral for the history behind it. It's a friend of my father. It's the okay. It's the okay. My father had a friend in high school. That friend had the brother. Brother got married, so she was the one who passed away recently of cancer. But over time, okay, the connection's a little bit here and there, but over time it did really become a family friend. I did get to know him and get to know her. I got to know the family. Now let's see. Okay, first things first. We are not taking Force Fruition. I know some people say this is a win con. My opinion is that it's too slow and it's in a color that's not great. That said, Lich Knight's Conquest. So this is not enough. So this is the regular one. Is this good? It's questionable. Swine Rebellion. This one we've seen this one before. If you control 3 or more boars, so we will have to draft a lot of boars. That puts us into green black or white black or white green for the most part. Not too enthused by this one, though I probably would want to take it. The safest pick is actually Gingerbread Hunter. This one's a removal plus a creature. I would like to get into red, but that's not quite available. I could also just take the Conquest, but this feels like one I would rather have Wheel. So I'm giving up on a rare. We'll take the Gingerbread Hunter. Let's hope that we can go long term on this one. That said, well, from one unplayable rare to another, well, this one's nice, but we're not going to be able to play it. I could just take it for it. So I could go into green, which is usually not advisable, but the only other good black card is Rowan's Grim Search. I could kind of go into green-red, but I think I might just take Agatha's Champion. There is also Steady Tortoise. We could go into green-red this way. This one's actually fine. It gives us an early drop, and it gives us a drop much later if we can go aggro. I probably should take at least one Alchemy card, so I'm gonna try this one out. And I guess we could take Huntsman's Redemption. I could also take Welcome to Street Food. That's also a pretty good, decent one. The Alchemy card got taken here. Yeah, I think I'll take the Huntsman's Redemption. We got 2 expensive cards. I would take a cheaper card. Also, nothing notable in black. Semi-notable in red, but it's not enthusiastic. I would probably take Sweet Tooth if Huntsman's Redemption was not there. Let's see. Going to white. I would probably rather take Third Little Pig, although this one is specifically for Alchemy. You need to conjure cards, otherwise this is just a 2/2 for 2. I could go into red, take Ruby Daring Tracker. We are taking cards that are potentially going to be power 4 or greater. So there is our combo there. I could just take the Feed the Cauldron. That gives us some removal. So it's a question if I want to go green-red or green-black. I think I take the black card for now. I'm going to take the black card for now because I could still splash for this one, but Ruby is not exactly an easy splash. We do have a black for seconds, but we also have another Gingerbread Hunter. We're definitely taking that. I'm hoping the Werefox wheels. But so far, we do have a scary setup where everything's kind of expensive. There's a Garruk's Uprising. We do have a few creatures that are going to be 4 or greater. But I might want an early drop instead. I probably would want to take something like Ferocious Werefox instead. This would be nice. I probably could wheel this one. Alternately, I could just take the Frantic Firebolt, speculate, because I need to figure out which color I am in for removal. Yeah, I'll take the Frantic Firebolt. I need to figure out which one of these 2 colors I'm going to be in, and I need to allow space for either of them. And none of these are great. There's a Red Tooth Vanguard. Whenever it enters the battlefield under control, green has a few ways of doing this. It's not it's not that great. It is an early drop. I might as well probably take it. There's an Evolving Wilds. I can kind of wait. I can still wait on this one. Yeah, I need to take it. I can wait on that one. We'll take the Vanguard. Ground Seal, not exactly playable. Okay, the black cards are not so great. There's a Hollow Scavenger. This one's playable. There's a Red Cap Thief. I probably might just take this one. We are going to have to splash for black, but we'll find a way to do that. Okay, and let's see. Voracious. Now we get a Voracious Vermin. We also got a Toadstool Admirer. This will keep a square in green, so that's fine. The Vermin really wants to be in the black-red deck. I'm not considering Bellowing Bruiser. It's just not good. Let's take the Vermin. Okay, I'm now in a position where I'm not very happy. We are going to be going through 3 colors at this point. Now's a good time to pick Ruby, I guess. We're gonna go we're gonna go green-red. We're gonna splash for a little black. I guess double Ruby might make it worthwhile. And the Grand Ball guess is fine too. That said, ooh, and now we get Drover of the Swine. We've been getting all the pig cards. Well, if I'm gonna go into another card, I probably will just take Gruff Triplets. Yeah, because we didn't. This is a nice pick in the middle. If we had actually started taking pigs, this is really more constructed. We are giving up a Candy Grapple, but I kind of want to be in green-red, so let's take the Gruff Triplets. Okay, so Monstrous Rage is a very good one. We got another Swine Rebellion. It's okay. If I take this is 3 mana to give me 2 cards. It's actually kind of flexible. Do I really want it though? I guess it's safe to take 1. Yeah, let's take 1. Then let's see if any more pigs wheel, but I highly doubt it. Yeah, we want to go into green-red at this point, so I'm gonna end up giving up. Do I want to give up on Stabwood? Stabwood's actually quite good. There's a Picnic Ruiner. I guess this fits. We can probably just take the Picnic Ruiner instead. It keeps us in their colors. We probably should also start taking an Evolving Wilds at some point. Another Frantic Firebolt. Definitely taking that. There's a Soul Guide Lantern. And another Frantic Firebolt. Definitely. We do have an accident-prone apprentice, but I'm more likely to splash black because of the two hunters and maybe the cauldron rather than splash blue. Although it does, although there is allowance for an adventure deck, that would be really nice. Yeah, we do have an Iron Crag that will help us ramp into our more expensive cards. There's also a Flick a Coin that helps splash colors, but I think we take the Iron Crag here. So we did get ourselves one, two, three rares. Not exciting. We do have a good number of creatures, but we could use. Also, we have triple copy of Frantic Firebolt. I am willing to trade a few of these for some of the more effective removal spells. Though technically we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 6 pieces of removals. Not so bad. It's also not very, how do you say this? It's also not very exciting, but we'll try to make do with that. Yeah, if Commune with Nature allowed us to hit the land card, I would take it, but no, we're probably going to end up taking a Genealogist instead. There is a Spider Food also. Yeah, we're really not opting for Dwelling Booster here. Although I would note that we could probably use our only our only cards that care about power 4 or greater is basically Ruby and Picnic Runner. So we're not too tied up to that one. Yeah, definitely not taking Boundary Lands Ranger. I would probably take a Brave the Wilds at this point. Spear Guard and a Return from the Wilds too. So all the Wilds cards. Now we can take one Monstrous Rage. That and another Red Cap Thief, sure. But now we kind of want to balance the deck out a bit. There are a few cards that we definitely don't want too much here. Like if I can find some good green-red cards, I can like Song of Totentans. That's this one we can catch our opponent unawares by going white. That's a good option. I probably will take it because it's awfully flexible. So, what are our weaker cards? We need to actually figure out which cards are not going to make the cut. Whenever one or more artifacts enters the battlefield under control. Oh, I saw this one do quite a bit of work, but do we have the... We have the two red captives. We have an Iron Crag. That's 3 ways to make artifacts. 2 Gingerbread Hunters. That's 2 more. I guess we can take this. Because otherwise it's just Curse of the Werefox, which does give us another piece of removal. It gives us an... We'll take the rare. It's not... We have to be responsible. We'll take the Werefox. There's a Yenna. Another Picnic Runner, but now we're... I might rather take a Verdant Outrider in this case, because a lot of our... Like, for example, the Swine Rebellion's not looking good anymore, so we can cut that one. Unspent Redemption's fine. Yeah, we have a lot of 3 drops. We're going to end up cutting a Frantic Firebolt or 2. We'll take another Picnic Runner. Take the land so that we can take the land at least for this one. So I probably don't want another Genealogist at this point. Yeah, we'll take the land here. I guess we can now take a Curse of the Werefox also, but let's see. 14-11. We actually want more creatures than spells, but I actually do want to take one Curse so we can remove one Firebolt. Because we want green to be the main color here, so we can try to cut as much red as possible. Like, I could cut... No, we'll probably keep both rubies. There's a Garrick's Uprising. No, we'll take Welcome to Sweet Tooth. This one's the more reliable card. Now we're hoping that rare wheels, but I highly doubt it. Season of Growth. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, scry one. Whenever we do have once. Okay, we have 3 spells that actually target. We actually have multiple curses now. I guess I'll just take one Season of Growth, but I actually probably won't run it. And another Firebolt versus another Werefox. Let's give ourselves options. At least we have 3 of each. Then we can determine which one's more likely to stick. Okay, there's a Lochlaren. Probably take the Merry Bards because it does fill up our 3/4 drops, though I would probably prefer to stick with Genealogist. This is another target creature, so there is that weakness. I might end up cutting the 1 feet to Cauldron. That leaves us with just so we could go straight green red and splash for just 1 black. We can go. So between the Brave the Wilds and the Return from the Wilds, we can kind of get that 1 black splash. So we're kind of fine there. We have 2 red Captives. That is an emergency splash that kind of works as well. We're pretty much straight green red at this point. But now the question is, because right now we're leaning at more green than red, which is kind of where I want to be. So probably cut even more. Also interesting that it did not go with my default land setup. I guess I guess it must have reset the favorite one. So we'll stick with these for now. So that's 3 cuts we need to make. We are quite loaded in the 9/10, so let's take a look at the. I think we cut 1 Frantic Firebolt. We'll try that for now, but we do want to keep the as many creatures as possible. So any cuts we make will probably be spells. I guess I can just cut the Iron Crag. We can just kind of ramp normally. We're not exactly in a rush. We don't even have any actual 4 drops for the most part. It's 3 skip to 5, so we can actually skip. We can actually skip the Iron Crag there. So that leaves 1 more cut. Okay, let's do a check of our. So we can drop this in 1. That's nice. Hollow Scavenger we can also drop at 1. So that's fine too. Firebolt. This is 3, but I'm gonna leave this at the 5 slot because that is a splash. Picnic Ruiner. Yeah, I think we're willing to cast this at 2. So we probably want to cast it at 4. So we technically do have 4 drops, but it's very unlikely that we'll cast this at 4. Yeah, I guess this is what our deck looks like. We probably want to make 1 more cut. I'm gonna run it like this for now, and we'll figure out how it stands. We could have ended up with a decent not really. We didn't really get that. We got a bit of black, but it wasn't that exciting. I think we were passing the good black cards we were passing into early. We were getting them early, but as soon as we were going down the line, they really got cut off. We were still getting cards like Frantic Firebolt late, though we could have used the cheaper removal. That is a concern, so something to keep in mind. Anyway, let's see how it goes. So yeah, and sometimes you just get got. That's our punishment for not taking in Evolving Wilds. We can keep this. We'll probably bin. . It'll probably been the Grand Ball Guest. And I will also note we did put exactly one swamp, and we got it both times. Anyways, at least we got a 1, 2, 3 curve, so it's not too bad. Probably still in trouble though. When it goes Fairy Dream Thief. When it surveils blue. Okay. And at least with this one, if we can cast this on 4 even if we don't hit our red. When it goes Scarecrow Guide, sure. We'll take. See if our opponent trades. Probably not if they're really splashing for colors. So I'm tempted to just dump all the counters on Vanguard, but in a deck that probably has good spot removal and enchantment base removal, I might want to split. The alternate plan is I could just cast it on one, dump it on one, then dump the next one on the other. Also have to note, if I do cast this, I will not be able to sack, so depends on what card they drop next. They are eyeing the Scavenger, so they're probably looking for some sort of removal. This Fairy Fencing, okay, kind of overkill. We could use that red drop anytime now. Because I would not be surprised if our opponent has spot removal for this card. Also, they did the count wrong. They might have gotten slightly unfortunate with this. If we had kept this straight green red, we would have had our red. We would have had our red land. We would have had other options. Okay, 2, put a stun counter. Okay, delay. Delays it a bit. It's a delay, but it's not a big denial. We'll take the hit. Seriously? So I'm not gonna cast the next Picnic Ruiner because I am not putting all those eggs in that one basket. Especially since our opponent now has access to a particular... Black has some hard removal at 4, though. They're going Talion's Messenger, that's fine. I probably should also not... Oh wait. We did have one creature that we can bargain to fight. Maybe I should not have swung with that. But depending what our opponent swings... Put a counter on, say, Talion's Messenger. If they have another Fairy Fencing, it becomes a problem because... Well, they did give up the Twisted Sewer Witch, so that's fine. Oh, they put in the Fairy, so... Okay, we finally hit our red. Spreading the love on both so that Picnic Ruiner would still get double strike even if it happened. Do they have the Fairy Fencing? They probably do. Oh, opponent's just taking it. They're gonna try to get us in the crackback. We can make 5 rats, so we can get them that way. Good luck having enough blockers. I could also go Red Cap Thief, but that's kind of... No, I guess we just go for the song right away. Opponent getting slightly stuck on mana helped us a bit here. when our opponent discarded this, it told us that they had no confidence in hitting their 5th land, or they probably had something else in mind. Chancellor of Tails. Okay, we'll see. Does our opponent go all out, or do they hope? No, they're still hitting, which is fine. So I could swing enough to wipe the board. If I can hit one more mana, I can make even more our opponent's discarding swamps, so they're probably looking for a specific color. Also note that I can cast Red Captive, make a treasure, so I would have a 2/3 and 3/1 and 3/1/1s, but I would use up the treasure token, which is not a big deal. And the opponent says good game. Yeah, looks like that was enough. Unless our opponent has an effect on, they probably don't. They're gonna chump enough to not take too much damage. They will have to chump the Scarecrow Guide, and they can just chump the Red Cap Thief. So they're taking 3 damage, but we do clear the board as a result. Opponent says good game. Oh wait, no. They were not willing to. They did not have enough blockers. Yeah, between the trample, that was a very good one. Okay, so not bad. We actually managed to get all the way. Yeah, that was a bit close, if you ask me. It's a bit close for comfort, but we'll take it. Okay, so 1 game down. We not exactly with the help of Alchemy. In fact, we ended up cutting a lot of Alchemy cards. The Alchemy cards look like they're designed for at least the ones that we were dealt with were designed for constructed for the most part. Okay, this one again. Though we can now search for our red mana, so we're not completely stuck. We do have turn 1, turn 2, turn 3. Well, actually, multiple turn 3 options. See if our opponent has spot removal for the tokens. No, they're going Voracious Vermin. We actually have options here. We can also go Huntsman's Redemption, net us a 3/3 beast. We can go Return for the Wilds. We probably won't do the food token anymore. We'll just do this. Opponent probably saving their spot removal for these triggers. That's fine. I can probably just go Huntsman's Redemption. If we can keep a token, we can actually search for a basic land so we can get our swamp that way. That is also an option. Our opponent swings, we're just gonna take. We're not gonna. Let's wait for the removal spell that is expected. Frantic Fire. Okay. Monstrous Rage will not save it, so we'll let it die. So I can go Ruby into Huntsman's Redemption. That's one way to do it. swing with the token. Yeah, even if you don't get the counters, though, it would be really nice. Being able to force your opponent to use a removal spell on a Skewer Slinger. Okay, this is when it becomes block, deals 1 damage. Do I want to grow that? I guess I can grow it. Yeah, I don't mind. Oh no, it's a trade. That's fine. So we can make our own rats instead. I could also search to get... Yeah, let's search to get the land. As much as I'd like to hit one of the creatures, we don't... So I have multiple options here. I think I will most likely go for Hollow Scavenger. Hold up Monstrous Rage, I suppose. Yeah, let's just hold up the Monstrous Rage. I keep... No one really plays this so much, so it's easy actually to forget. We were better off just taking the 1 there. Necropotence, okay, sure. Let's see how many cards you're willing to draw. They'll probably go for 5. So those cards go to hand. Let's see if our... Okay, no removal quite yet. I can do Picnic Runner, put a few counters and hold up Monstrous Rage. Which is probably not a bad idea. I can also go Song, but that... I can also do the setup for this. Guess we are going big. Opponent will have to chump block a bit. They will still take quite a bit of damage. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can just sack 1 food. So I can sack 1 food, give it +2/+2. I can do it like this. That deals more damage, but I think I would rather keep that instant. So far, which is Vanity, destroys Ruby, that's fine. We'll probably just go Flute Summoning. I would prefer to... Oh, opponent also has their own Flute Summoning. 1, 2, 3. Oh, come on, please. Go for it. Ah, the greedy... I should have just gone for the whole 5. Yeah, you're not the only one with the flute, boy. Hey, there you go. That was good. So, yeah, we managed. Yeah, Necropotence is very greedy. it's so greedy that honestly the best way to play it is if you draw your cards and you can win right away. If you draw your cards and but you're still playing the game, that's not a good deal. Unless you have life gain, and I think our opponent was going to make a food token, so they were kind of counting on us not having a haste creature. Kind of risky if your opponent's playing red. But we did manage to get there. I'll take that. That is a fine one. Okay, so I am gonna mulligan this at least once. Yeah, we've been getting messed up by the land. Okay, we're definitely keeping this. So we'll probably bin the oof. Yeah, might as well brave. Let's see. We don't have double red. We have triple green, so we're gonna go for green. First little pig. So there's our first. Okay, so that was kind of warranted. I guess we can go Red Tooth Vanguard. Again, we don't exactly have anything to go in for, so we'll actually just go for this one. Opponent has Transmuter. Okay, it's us for 2, sure. Might as well get the first one. We might have to... We can play Ruby and then play the second Gingerbrute Hunter, so there's a plan, though maybe not in the face of that. Although... we do have an alternate play. Still has trample actually, so it's not that big, but we're still dealing quite a bit. Let's see how our opponent responds to this. I'm actually hoping they have a few cheaper drops. Oh, they're just gonna bounce. Oh, they're just gonna bounce it instead. Okay, that's fine. Victory. Do they have a cheap drop? No cheap drop. We have a Frantic Firebolt, so... yeah, I guess we just play this. They're expecting this one. We can just hit for one. Let's see if they... okay. So we need to hit one more mana so we can drop our Gruff Triplets. Opponent's ready at 6. Some issues there. We kind of actually want to... Princess takes flight. Okay, not... actually, I'm fine with them taking that one. Because it doesn't... let's play the Huntsman's Redemption. And yeah, let's play Picnic Rest Ruiner. Gonna take a big hit here. Yeah, this is a concern. We might actually end up taking... we might actually end up dying to too much damage. Also, if I could sacrifice, say, the Picnic Ruiner, search for a land, and get our Gruff Triplets that way, but that might not save us. It's a good thing we took out the pig when we had the chance. Because there is a very good chance we're gonna need this. Okay, of course we're gonna take 5. There is... do they have a way to bargain this away? Actually, even just bouncing it would have been a very good deal, though they probably would have just bargained it instead. Yeah, they might have fired the bargain too Well, it's possible that this was the last card they drew, so they did not. They probably would have waited for that sequence. Also, the creature I was getting is not terribly great. Okay, he's gonna bargain to return stopgap. Okay, not the worst. They might even try to cast a stopgap now, bounce something. We can take this out we can just take this out easily. I would prefer to I would prefer to have another instant sorcery or adventure in the yard. Okay, so this sacrificing this will net it. So here's the question: do they have the counter? Because I think their plan is just to bounce a token. I could also just cast Frantic Firebolt. So this is 3. Then I guess let's try clearing the board a little bit. Oh yeah, I forgot that sorcery speed. Okay. Might as well clear it then. Opponent probably just gonna cast Stopgap on our token. It's non-land, so we're not that punished for it yet. We might be punished if our opponent has a big finisher, but so far it's blue. Now blue-white does have a good number of flyers, so that is something we have to be careful about. Let's see what their play is. It's most likely just stopgap on our token. Yeah, stopgap on token, bounce it out. Prophetic Prism, draw a card. They have something. Or not. That's nice what they trample. So I could just play the Gingerbread Hunter. That would give us a... Yeah, let's go for it. Let's see if our opponent has removal. Nope, no removal. So that's just quick damage. Now, white does have a board wipe. So no, they're just going to exile the Gingerbread Hunter, which I'm kind of fine with, actually. Yeah, I guess it's time to go white with Gruff Triplets. I'm waiting to see, I'm trying to see if they have... They definitely have a way to count. Okay, that's fine. Sure, counter. It's mostly for the bargain, but I don't mind that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so I can still cast this. Hooked up. Okay. They are running out of cards. And they're just gonna exile it right away. That means they don't have anything. Yeah, let's just go for it. They had it. That's fine. Spell stutter. Okay, they did have it. Let's see what their follow-up is. But we Besotted Knight. Sure. Yeah, it's a cheap way to get +2/+2. See what our opponent's last card is. Removal again? Man, they did draw a lot. They were playing the control game. I just did not see a win condition. Freeze in place. Should I tell them the bad news that I have another one? Opponent can't swing. We also got the Monstrous Rage as well, but let's just cast this. This is the one we keep. Might as well. Yeah, we can't cast Monstrous Rage, but we're not going for that. Okay, opponent will have to block, but they're still gone anyway. Whew. Yeah, they're just gonna take it. That was kind of close, if you ask me. Shame the Gruff Triplets did not get a chance to shine, but turns out they were not. Turns out they didn't have to. We actually got the right ones to do their magic. Not bad. So for those tuning in, we're doing a red-green deck. We are splashing a little bit of black. Actually, yeah, the black is just mostly for the other side of. For the adventure side of the giant. But otherwise, it's just straight red-green. Doing reasonably well for the most part. We, first game, yeah, everything lined up on a row. We were able to get enough damage through. We did make some mistakes. Second game, we also made some mistakes, but our opponent got greedy with their necropotence. Third game, yeah, opponent was playing control, but they did not hit their win con. Now, this one is admittedly scary. We have a turn 2 play, but if we don't hit a land, we are in so much trouble. I think we keep it. And now okay, if our opponent plays a creature, I'm going to instantly regret it. Okay, I'm now regretting it. Okay, we did hit our land, so it's some good news there. Am I willing to trade? Yeah, I probably would trade. I could also just wait. Yeah, I think I take the 2, I just wait it out. Because now we still functionally have a blocker. Next turn we probably want to do Frantic or Curse, depending on what our draw is. I might also do return from the wilds, though if I will miss out on the land drop if we I am gonna need the removal. I don't feel like giving this up just in case our opponent has something, but I kind of need everything else. Let's give up the Frantic Firebolt. Because that's... So, opponent... trying to grow this. Let's see. Curse, that creature fights, so... I could go for... Yeah, we're gonna snipe this one. I'm gonna even give them the option to take out to trade. I'm gonna give them an offer. Yeah, actually, I kind of not so sure if I really wanted that to happen, but I would rather simplify the board as much as possible. If I hit a land, I'm actually tempted to. I might be tempted to just drop the human and the food token just to give it celebrate, but that's very weak. No, we need to. Let's get our land. Let's get to our triplets as soon as possible. Let's play the red cap thief first. Let's see if our opponent is going to counter it. No, they're actually going to let it go. I'm fine with that. So even if we don't hit our swamp, we can still use have a puny snack, though I probably don't want to do that. Opponent is sitting on a lot of mana though, so they have to have something. Opponent should also be incentivized to counter as much as they can because we are stuck on so little mana. Conceited Witch. Drop for Menace. If you swing, I will block. So it's yeah, they probably well. What do they have? Gumdrop Poisoner. Okay, they do have an interesting plan. I will block. It's a difference between 1 and 2 damage. So it's really no contest. Okay, we have a Brave the Wilds. We can sack the token, make a creature. We probably don't want to do that. Let's go get our black mana. So I'm gonna swing with both. If our opponent blocks with the Witch, I get to Gingerbread Hunter. Now our opponent could... Now this does have Ward 1, so our opponent needs 1 more land if they're going to target this. Otherwise they can just target the red cap thief, that's fine. Okay, they're going for that. So they're going to probably just take out the red cap thief. They're going to take out the red cap thief. So we did hit our 6th land, so I guess now is the time to play it. And it goes without saying that this does trigger Celebration. Opponent's going to need a lot of exile effects. Yeah, the last time we drafted Gruff Triplets, it did not really pan out. This time, it's looking better. I am willing to trade for 1. If our opponent has a combat trick, sure. Ooh, that's actually a nice one. They might go after the Grand Ball Guest at this rate. Oh no, they skipped it. They have to have removal of some sort. Also, this is a Wicked Roll. Spell Coven. Discard a card. Let's discard the Oof. Yeah, opponent concedes there. Yeah, the 12 power and toughness with trample is enough. I was gonna be able to get some more trample, but that's pretty good. So far, we're crushing this, but I do suspect we will get into trouble soon. So hold our horses. Let's not be too overconfident. Though I am glad we did get at least 4 wins out of this. Okay, let's see how much more we need to do. Also, I need to find a better way to pose. I can't just keep my hands on like this the whole time. We'll, we'll probably find something good. Oh, finally! A very keepable hand. So I definitely want to play Grand Ball Guest turn 2, so let's play the red mana first. Because Huntsman Redemption will give it nothing says non-committal. Like, so we go Huntsman's Redemption next turn. That will trigger Celebration here. Give us a 3/3. Do I sacrifice the search? Probably. You know, maybe we don't. Yeah, because we have a 5 mana on board already. We don't have the Gruff Triplets quite yet. I'm probably just gonna go Curse of the Werefox. Start going big. Regal Bunnycorn. Well, there's our Gruff Triplets, but we are not gonna rush that. Oh, they did not have a response. Okay, that's good. I was worried they had to torch the tower. They would have been able to sack Impact Tremors and then neutralize this entire play. Speaking of which... Nah. Because I can do Troublemaker Oof. Sack this one. Just to get rid of this. But this is probably the least... If our opponent is playing black-red, sure, it probably would be more impactful. As it is, it does a whole lot of nothing. Yeah, opponent doesn't even... It's not even worth casting again. Oh, opponent's 4-color. Okay, interesting. Opponent concedes! Yeah, I have no idea what our opponent's deck was doing, but it probably was... It probably went a bit too... How do you call this? It looked like it was all over the place. If of all the ways to filter your land, the Crystal Grotto is probably the worst way to do it. The Scarecrow is second worst if you it's still a creature. It's still not that bad. Okay, assuming I need multiple colors, so that leaves out Evolving Wilds. Edgewall In is still quite good. It's the color that you need at the moment. Yeah, I'm already kind of wanting that now. Definitely gonna mull this one. I'm willing to keep this one, but there's a very good chance we're in trouble if we don't hit green. Yeah. Not having dual lands in this format, it does simplify a lot of things. It means that if there's deck building, you have to be very aware of things. I'm honestly hoping that I could hit the green mana so I can drop Genealogist. Black mana would, well, these are opponents not exactly doing... They even went for the food token. It's not like we're not getting a whole lot of nothing. Yeah, we're in so much trouble, it's not funny. We probably would end up losing. Opponent's gonna hit their 5-drop. I'm actually surprised they went for the food. It probably means they have something they want to bargain for. I would not have expected that. And well, take. Let's hope they. Okay, let's see if they have the one. No, they don't. Okay, so we dodged that. Nice. And let's see. Hey, MJ Alberto Dalarup, thank you for sharing. Yeah, thank you for sharing the stream. How are you doing? Musta na? It's nice. So Yeah, so for all those tuning in, I'm in trouble. I hit my one splash color. Opponent has a charming scum. Okay, not the worst. I would not be surprised if they went discard and draw because they have all the mana that they read. No, they actually just went for the treasure. Cut in. Okay. Okay. So I can go Curse of the Werefox if I... But I think that's gonna have to wait. Yeah, miss it. So we have 4 more mountains, 9 forests, so 9 out of 30. So less than more than 1 in 4, but less than. Okay, so they're swapping it out. They're not gonna try to grow it anymore. Yeah, we're in trouble. I can wait a little bit for one more turn. Like I could just, as I can still play Gingerbread Hunter if it comes to that. But if I don't draw the green source next turn, I probably will just concede at this point. Missing land drops. Yeah, we can concede this one. We are not hitting our colors. Sometimes it is bound to happen, especially I will also note that I did not draft any Evolving Wilds. It allows me to search for a basic land of the color that I want. So that would have been a nice one. I already took one mulligan. I still chose to keep that in my secondary color. I guess it makes more sense to keep in this. It does make more sense to keep a hand where you have the lands of your secondary color, you're just missing one from your primary because you presumably put enough lands on there. But that said, sometimes the odds don't come in your favor. It happens. So it is what it is. Yeah, good evening to you. Don't really know what happened. Okay, so so for Magic the Gathering, the resource system is based on lands. You actually have to draw them. It's part of the cards in your hand. You have to, and you can play one per turn. Now lands produce mana, and the color and the land that you have determines the color of mana you can produce. So in this case, I am playing a green-red deck, but I did not draw any of my green color. Okay, so in this case, this is a good one. I have forest for my green mana. I have a mountain for my red mana. I am missing black mana, but that is by design. I only have one land that produces black. This is basically a splash color. I can get away with not casting that. And in fact, I have cards that produce treasures that will allow me to cast. Also, I just realized that they did give us a cute bunny rabbit. So this tortoise is going to get bigger and bigger. Armory mice. I don't mind swinging into that actually. So I could also fight, but they'll both trade. So I'm better off just making our opponent's actually going to take it. Okay, sure. So we now have a treasure. This is a one-time add 1 mana of any color. I am gonna take this one. So we have 5 mana now. I could cast this, but that's not a very good use for our mana. I could cast this. I might also just try to remove this right away. Yeah, I actually do want to remove it. Okay, already this is a 7/7 that's on standby. It's just waiting for me to cast it. Opponent's gonna go stab wound, makes it smaller. Okay. It's gonna be painful. There's a welcome to Sweet Tooth, so I can make it less painful by just actually going for it. I'm trying to avoid using this one because I do have a 6 mana land on hand. I can also just kill this, but that also leads to the same issue. I think I'm actually going to go for it like this. So I am still dealing more damage, though I probably should stop taking damage from the Armory Mice at some point. Opponent goes Knightly Valor. Ooh, that's 5. Okay, we're taking quite a bit of damage now. Well, there's a Monstrous Rage, but this already has one, so I can swing with both of these. I suspect our opponent blocks the mice. I also do have to note that, okay, no, they're actually going to take it. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, that's enough. They should have blocked. Yeah, you do have instance, so yeah, there was, I think our opponent was expecting to kill us in the crackback. Yeah, that was a very big mistake. It seems you're winning now. Yeah, I'm definitely winning now. So my record for this draft, for this format, you don't make the cards in your deck. You have to draft them. It's you can, that's a bit of a story there. But yeah, my current record now is 6-1. I need one more win to go all the way. I can afford to lose one more time. If two more losses and that's it. But any game could be our last from this moment. Definitely a good one there. Yeah, that was a very good win. Actually, I was honestly expecting our opponent to block. Opponent did not have respect for our board position. And I guess we also put the counters in the right way to account for the monstrous roll. Okay, this one is a slow one. I will have to give up on the adventure half on this, so instead of casting this 4 mana spell that puts counters, I will just have to make a 2-2, but that's fine. Yeah, we're gonna be flooded quite a bit here. So for this particular set, they have cards that are called adventures, so basically cards with 2 halves. So, ooh, this is a bit of a shame. I would have wanted to cast this. I still can, but it just gets eaten. So I'm gonna probably just cast Picnic Ruiner instead. Let's go for the trade, but that's very unlikely to happen. Most likely our opponent has removal for this, so I will end up casting removal under Night Token. So kind of parity, but it's not that great. I might actually just trade altogether. That's also not a bad proposition for us because it powers up this card by 1. Ginger Brute, that's fine. I would have loved to cast Curse of the Werefox. So I'm gonna go for this right now. So next turn I can probably just do Tortoise. Either Tortoise Curse or Tortoise Scavenger. That depends what our opponent does to this Ginger Brute. Party Crasher. Okay, not that impressive. So I probably will just play this. Also, this is a sorcery speed. So we'll see how our opponent responds to this. I am more than happy to just trade Ash, but I don't think our opponent's going to let that do it that easily. They will most likely have a removal spell for this. some you. I barely understand the thing. You play Pokemon. Actually, I tried playing Pokemon at least on the Game Boy, the trading card game. I kind of understand some respects. I guess you could say that these lands are similar to energy, so that's one way to put it. So with your mana slash energy, you use them to cast. You, it's mostly creatures. Um, there are some cards that are not creatures but have other effects. I guess you can treat them like your professors and stuff. Opponent has, but there is a lot of direct removal. Because if I'm not mistaken, Pokemon is really just base combat. Okay, so I'm gonna cast the Tortoise now. It's grown kind of big already. Let's see if our opponent actually has removal for this. We are technically in trouble. Bespoke Garb. Okay, so they paid a little mana to make it that I can't block it. We did have Graph Triplets, but I need to remove it. I need to remove this first. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm actually going to make an offer to our opponent. I'm gonna actually swing with this one. Our opponent is most likely going to just block it. They will still take damage from it, but that's fine. The idea here is that I don't want to lose. I don't want to lose it to an off. I don't want to lose to a sudden creature. They have creatures that can attack right away. Okay, this one, not the worst. They can probably. Oh, they're going to return this one. They will cast this, then they will equip. That's fine. It's not the worst thing to happen. They're gonna even put it there. That just makes it a 4-2, so it's not too bad. I guess I could sack this to gain some life. Let's play it safe. I can give up on the card advantage and just swing. I'm gonna wait. Okay, this spell has an X in its cost. I determine the value. I can even say X equals 0, and I just get the creatures you control gain haste. I don't get any small rat tokens. I would have been able to swing immediately, but okay, I'm trying to think. Okay, there are some spells that can give this double strike. Basically allow this to hit twice. I'm taking a risk by putting little bunny Fufu in front. Opponent makes a bunch of those. So let's see. That's too much. Let's just do X equals 3. I'm not gonna give this up yet, just in case I do. So I can swing with this and these. I'm gonna force a few blocks. Actually, those are the best blocks I can hope for. In fact, it feels like our opponent is making a mistake here. It also could mean that our opponent does have one big removal spell. Well, it's also a way to keep this from going into a 12. They might, let's say they have a removal spell for this. It's not the worst. We still have a larger board than our opponent does. It looks like our opponent is about to... They could pay for this. They're more likely to sacrifice this, I suppose. Now, and in fairness to your deck sucks, I've come from... I have played... when I started playing Magic, I'm pretty sure my deck sucked. when I started playing Yu-Gi-Oh, I'm pretty sure my deck sucked. I think even up to now it still sucks. When I played VS System back in the day, oh, it definitely sucked. I can't think of a situation where the deck did not suck right out of the gate. You would have to spend a lot of money and just to get one, and even then, you're not going to necessarily play optimally. Better to get the experience first, accept the fact that you're playing with a subpar deck, but you're trying to learn how to play the game, you're trying to learn what makes it work. You're probably better off that way. Opponent? Not? Okay. So let's see. Gonna nuke this one. Yeah, that's why I saved the treasure token. And yeah, I can swing with everything. That should be game. Woo! Yeah, my rare was better than your rare. Okay, so that's it for this episode. We actually got all the way. We even got to platinum rank, so I can rest on for limited on this month. But but that was a pretty good one. I'm actually very happy with what happened. So we got what we came for. So yeah, that's a lot of stream sharing. Hold on. Look, your HP is higher than him. Nice. Yeah. Okay. I'm trying to keep up with the comments, but it's really nice hearing from you. Yeah, there we go. We got it for the day. That's gonna be it for this. Okay, let's claim our winnings first before I do the end credits. And might as well show you what we got. That's gonna be it for this episode of Magic Arena Run. If you like what you saw, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. This card did not save our opponent. Turn on notifications and whatnot. You can find me on YouTube. You can find me on Facebook. I do streams on Facebook. The rest of my content goes on YouTube. Many thanks to all those who tuned in. Many thanks to Jericho Alagan. Many thanks to MJ Alberto Dalero. It was really nice to have you around. I actually know a few people that are starting to get into Pokemon, but I'm not exactly I don't exactly have the mind space anymore to learn yet another card game. I don't even have the space to learn Marvel Snap as it is. And it's fine. Find the game that you're happy to play with and try to enjoy the most out of it. That's pretty much all that matters. Aside from Magic the Gathering, I also play Pokemon Unite from time to time. There is one other game I probably should start playing now that I've become a moderator in a group for it. I'll probably find a schedule on when to stream it. But anyway, that's gonna be it for this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope to see you guys again next time. Take care. God bless. Stay safe wherever you are. Have a great week, everyone. Do take care.